Hey, dude and dudettes, say what up? It is your boy, Dude Mungus, and we're back with another episode. This is an episode I make every year because when riding season starts, I like to just come up with a reminder just so we can stay as safe as possible. But we recently had a meet down here down south, and something very bad happened that I feel like could have been avoided. So I just want to go over a few pointers to help everyone out because at the end of the day, we all want to make it home. And with that being said, these are a few tips that can save your life and the life of others around you. All right, dude and dudettes. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. Something you'll notice about road racers. Let me correct that. Something you will notice on my channel. Like the highway pools have all but 100% stopped. You don't see us weaving in and out of traffic. Let me mute this because I'm trying to do a video. You don't see us weaving in and out of traffic. And what a lot of people don't understand about the level that I am at and the level that the people I hang around are at, is as you progress and get faster and faster and you learn more about this community, safety is actually a top priority. That's why you see the roads that we ride on, you can hit this insane speed and you don't see any other traffic on the road. You don't see any other person placed in danger. You don't see us doing a pull and then immediately having to brake as hard as we can so we don't run into an intersection or we don't run into a vehicle, or you don't see us splitting a car in half while we're doing these pulls. There's a reason, and that's because safety is a top priority. The number one goal is to make it home the same way you left. So what that means is if I have to take an L, but that means I come home the same way I left, so be it. If that means you've been in the lab working a year, 2 years to get your bike prepped, and it's like, yo, this is my moment to prove that, yes, I can run with Mungus. I can run with Biscuit, Evan, EJR Performance bike. I can run with Artie, two-wheel monster. If you've been working for years, but you wasn't scheduled to be in a run, this means you have to wait until next time, bro. If you jumping in a race or you getting in a race means that it's going to jeopardize safety and it's going to jeopardize someone or yourself getting back home the same way you left, we don't do it, bro. We don't do it. So if that means you don't get to show off your one and unique build that probably could end up being the fastest bike in the world, but you get to make it back home the same way you left, or someone else gets to make it back home the same way they left, dude, you just don't get the run in. And what you guys, again, might not know is when you reach a certain level, and if you pay attention, again, a lot of people looking on the internet just sees, oh, my God, that's insane to be doing that on a public road. We have scouted this road. We have cleared all debris out of this road. We have eliminated all possible situations that we can't control. We have eliminated all of them. Most of the time when we have a meet down here, the worst thing that happens is, oh man, somebody busted an oil pan. And it's not that they just busted an oil pan. We warned them, yo, be careful in certain areas because you will bust an oil pan. Some people get in the throttle, it's too much. They chop the throttle and they come down. Bro, you will break your oil pan. Even me, I'm low, but I'm not as low as some of the guys that are like legit hardcore. I'm not as low as some of them guys. And even I have to be smooth on the throttle because if I come down too hard, it's a possibility that I could crack my oil pan. Now, I left myself a lot of suspension travel, even when the bike is strapped. I left a lot of suspension travel, but even still in that moment, I have to be careful. So I have a few pointers I want to jump into, but the main thing I want to drive home, and it's the main point of this entire video, is you have to be patient, okay? You have to be patient. I know, I get it. You've been in the lab, you've been working, and it is game time, it is prime time. You want to show what you got. You want to show, yo, my bike really can contend with the heavy hitters. My bike really can contend with yours, Mungus. It does not matter if you're going to make an unsafe situation for yourself or someone else. I was talking with Ruby S1K, and me and him were talking on Sunday, and we talked about how certain situations make us uncomfortable. And I'll tell y'all I'll be the first person to say, I'll back out of a race. I'll take an L. And I don't care. I'll be the first person to take an L. And I won't make an excuse about it. I'll be like, oh, man, I took an L. You know, if that means I'm going to be safe. So down here, everyone's been ready. The weather was a little bit cooler, so bikes were a lot rowdier than what they normally are, which means front wheel is up in the air, and you may shift to the left or shift to the right a little bit. Yo, I backed out of the throttle because I felt like, yo, I don't want my bike to shift on the person that's next to me. Let me just set the bike down, put it on 2, and then I'll get back in the throttle. Now, that means I took a huge fat L, but, hey, it is what it is, bro. I made it back home the same way I came. The gentleman I raced made it back home the same way he came. So a big point that I want to hit on, bro, is if you are not, there's a bunch of points I want to hit on. But if you are not in the race, do not jump in the race. I don't care if you can come from a mile behind and pass everybody. Do not jump in the race. So if I'm in the race and I'm in the race, here, let's use Master Chief. If I'm in the race with Master Chief and it's me and Master Chief lining up, all I'm looking out for, all I'm worried about is me and Master Chief. I'm not worried about anybody else now. So if I'm worried about me and Master Chief and then Batman comes up in the race, like, bro, I'm not looking out for Batman. So Batman wants to come in and show he's fast and split me and Master Chief. We're not looking for that. Now that can and will create a dangerous situation. Now, most racers, riders know, especially when there's clear traffic in front, most of us know that, hey, when you running and you racing, stay in your lane. I mean, don't be weaving to the left side, weaving to the right side. If you're in the lane, stay in your lane. Stay where you are until the race is over and you slow down, and then you can look behind you. We don't move and shift over and stuff like that. Now, some of us have been riding together long enough that, like, it's one of my guys, Dale. He's been riding with me long enough. Reaper's been riding with me long enough. My cousin Hitman has been riding with me long enough that they know exactly what I'm thinking even before I do it. So they have experience with me. But when you come to these meets, you don't know how Master Chief rides. You've just seen Master Chief on the internet and you look like, yo, Master Chief is fast. You know, Master Chief has a really fast stock wheelbase bike. That's all you know. But you have physically never ridden with Master Chief. So you can't go off the internet or go off of what you think someone else would do because you've never ridden with him. So you flying past him may startle him. You flying past him may create a dangerous situation. And that's something that you do not want, especially at these speeds. You do not want that. Stop creating unsafe situations just because you want the recognition, you want the bragging rights. I talk about this a lot, and I've said this before, and I will say it again. I will say it until I'm blue in the face, and I'm dark. So if I get blue in the face, that means, Joe, he really means this. There are no trophies out here, bro. Nothing. Bragging rights mean nothing if you can't go home. Yeah, you the fastest, but you didn't make it home. Why do you have that title? Why does it matter? I'm the fastest, but now I lost my leg because I want to be out here clout chasing. Like, come on, bro. It's not worth it, bro. If you don't make it back home to celebrate the bragging rights, what does it matter, bro? Like, relax out here, bro. Most of the time, right? Most of the time, if you have how we run it down here, just with the setup that we have, it's one person in each lane. At the maximum, and this is when you're comfortable with the person you're riding with and you know them. At the maximum, there are two people in one lane, and you're beside each other, but you're not beside each other. One person's to the left, closer to the left side. One person's closer to the right side. So you have a little room to sway, because when you get in these throttles, the bike, the torque It's going to pull that front wheel up, and you may sway to the left or right a little bit. You got a little wiggle room. All right, we're good. Set it down. All right, I got it. It's under control. Never should there be 3 people in one lane. There should never be 3 people in one lane. And if you're not the person that was talked about being in this race, don't try to jump into it. No, that's not enough space. Not for the amount of power and how fast these bikes accelerate. They are literally on the limit. That's not enough room, bro. That's not enough room. The situation that happened down here, there was a gentleman that was like a designated flagger. He flagged the race, room went on, they was good to go. So he's in he's in the right lane, just chilling, just whatever. And when the race started, it startled him because the situation was like no one would do a pull right here. Like nobody would do that, and especially not a 3 wide. No one would do that. That's just not the move, bro. Don't be afraid to back out of a race. Who cares if you take the L? You know what? Maybe you got to wait a couple months to the next meet to prove your shot, but make sure it is organized. These events that we run are way more organized than people would ever know that they are. And the reason situations happens is when the random bullcrap happens. When the random, let me jump in this race. Nah, we didn't talk about that, and we're lining up to do a pull right now. Nope. You wait till the next time, or whenever we go back and start talking about what we're going to do, that's when you like, hey, man, I'd like to get a pull in. Don't just insert yourself into a race. That's, bro, you're asking for problems, and you're asking not to make it back home the same way that you left. Especially when you're from out of town and you're not, and I'm not blaming this on an out of town guy. I'm just trying to drive home some points because, again, I want to make it home safe. I want you to make it home safe. If you are out of town, or even if you're local and this is not what you do, if you're out there, you really shouldn't be out there clogging it up. But if you're out there, watch what goes on. Watch how the guys that know what they're doing, watch how they act, watch how they move, and you should follow suit, right? Now, some of these guys, they've been riding together forever. They know what each other gonna do. So you can't necessarily do what they do, but pay attention to how they move and how situations are this dangerous. We did a 4 wide. It was me, Reaper, that guy, and Innovative Performance. We did a 4-way, 2 people in each lane. It is what it is, man. We had one race where I was closer to the white line on the right side, and when I did my pull, the front wheel came up a little bit, and I was like, man, it might shift to the right, and I was like, I got to get out this throttle. So I backed out a little bit, and by the time I got back in the throttle, I lost the race. I mean, I stayed in it. It is what it is, but I lost the race. But instead of running the risk of hitting the white line and slipping on that white line or running off the edge, I was like, or at worst case scenario, I hitting Steven. Worst case scenario, bro, I just take a L. I was like, you know what? Let me just get out this throttle. And I got back in it, and I lost. Bro, it is what it is, bro. I do not care. It was a good win, bro. It was a good win. You could control your machine better than I could in that race. So you win, bro. I don't lose any sleep about that. I make it home to hug my wife and kids. The objective is to have fun. Make it home, bro. Okay? Another point I hit on all the time, which we didn't have any of this last meet, hooligan activity, bro. There's a time and a place for hooligan activity. Hooligan activity, the wheelies, the burnouts, let me show that I'm the stunt master, or let me show that I can, disrupt whatever you're the master at. At these events where these speeds and these race events where these speeds are being hit, that's not the time for that, bro. You will have your moment, but not during these meets. Not when it's like, let's pull, let's get to it. That's not your moment. Also, locals, man. With the locals, if you are not like a lot of these, and even I'm about to make a point that my voice is cracking. I'm about to make a point that I do all the time. When I say all the time, like all the time, every event. if you are not one of the racers, like, come on now. Like, I get, we dibble dabble, we do what we do. The bat is in there. The bat is probably one of the fastest stock wheelbase, if not the fastest stock wheelbase in its current form, you know, like a full bike. And even at that status, and I'm Dude Mungus, I'm U2, whatever, I back out because I'm not considered like the racer, like legit. Like, these guys are legit. And they spend a lot of money and a lot of time. Let them have them pulls, man. Let them go for it. It is daytime. We local. We can do this anytime. You know what I mean? Let them have them pulls, especially we got people from out of town. You know, something I do is, you know, especially being a local guy, when meets are here, I let all the out-of-towners, like, get all the runs you want to get in, man, because you guys done traveled, man. Like, get your runs in, man. Make your trip worth it. Get your runs in a safe way, but get your runs in. So that's a time for locals. Yo, we can back out a little bit and just let them do their thing. Now, when they taking a break, they cooled off, they whatever, trying to figure out, because it's a lot of chit-chat that goes on, especially with these big money races. It's a lot of chit-chat that go on. Yo, while they figuring it out, all right, let's go out there and get ours in, but let's not be out there all day, get a couple runs in, and then come back and, you know, let them guys have it, because they are serious, bro. Real deal. Another point I want to make, and this is subject to everyone, because everyone does what they want to do, right? You do what you want to do. You do what you're comfortable with. I'll do what I'm comfortable with. I don't judge anyone for any way that they ride. You notice with Mungus, this is just me, and this is not telling anybody to do anything. You do you, bro. I'm not judging. I'm not hating. Dude, you do you. Mungus, you will notice when it's time for the Ye Legion, it's like, yo, let's go. I mean, even when it's not go, all right? I am always geared up. 100% of the time, I always have my gear. You know, it's not necessarily the way of the road race community, and it adds a lot of extra weight. I don't care, bro. It is what it is. I'm gonna have my gear on. A lot of times, especially like during race events, I am full leather jacket. I have my full gauntlet gloves on, and I rock my MBT. I talk about MBT all the time. I rock my MBT pants, which are the ones I've been wearing are AA rated, but they just sent me some new ones, which are AAA rated, which means with that AAA rating, that is the top of the CE rating scale for motorcycle gear. So these new pants I'm going to be wearing are just as protective as if I had on a tracksuit or the leather pants bottoms with the padding and stuff like that. So it's just as protective, and it looks like I'm in normal clothes and I can just walk around like whatever. But from head to toe, I'm geared. I have official motorcycle shoes, official motorcycle pants. I have official motorcycle jacket or top garment on, and I have, you know, my AGV Pista as my helmet. So I am geared from top to bottom. I don't know if I said gloves, but I am geared top to bottom. Now, that's just something I do. You know, God forbid, you know, if I was to go down or something, that's just a little added protection. It won't save you from everything, but it's a little bit of added protection for you. But again, y'all just, Mungus does Mungus. So I don't care what anyone else does or what anyone else says. Mungus is going to be geared up. You gear up for you if you want to. You don't have to. That's just my little plug. I do wear gear. Something else that I learned about, I will not say who, but something else I will say is you should be doing this on a regular anyway, because we're on two wheels. If one of those wheels go out, bro, it is bad juju. Like, you don't have anything to fall back on. Like, a car has another three wheels and can stay relatively stable, you know. The bike, if the rear wheel goes out, you have a chance. Right? You have a chance. It's going to be stupid sketchy, but you have a chance-ish, you know. If that front wheel goes out, it's a wrap, bro. The front goes out, the bike will tuck on you. If that rear goes out, you have a slim fighting chance. But if that wheel goes out while you're at speed, bad juju. With that being said, check your bikes out, guys. Oh, my God, bro. Like, I know we are working behind the scenes around the clock trying to get this bike ready for this meet. Do not miss tightening essential bolts and stuff. And I get it. They waiting on you. Oh, my God, bro, we supposed to been had this race. I'm sorry, guys. you got to give me another 10, 15 minutes. I have to make sure this bike is right. Bro, don't be that guy, bro. Don't be that guy. Check your bike out. And if you have a shop working on your bike, make sure, Evan from EJR Performance, let me put up what he put up today.
All right, customer drops bike off at miscellaneous shop to have his Core Moto wheels mounted. The bike was dropped off in running condition, perfectly fine. Customer gets bike back, complains that the dash is completely lit up and nothing is working correctly. I didn't need to do any investigation past the obvious here. We have our rear wheel speed sensor and we have no mounted tone ring. Here's the tone ring. This was on the factory wheel when he dismounted it. Pick your shops wisely, folks. This is basic shit.
I'm going to put that up today. Now, that wasn't necessarily a dangerous situation, but, bro, if you got a shop working on your bike, make sure you can trust that shop. I understand we are humans. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm not tripping on that at all. We're human. Everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. Nobody is perfect in this world. Zero. Even your favorite shop that you love, nobody is perfect. Make sure you got a shop that you can trust. Make sure you got a shop that knows what they are doing. If you personally are messing with your wheels, your axles, make sure you tighten everything back down. I know there's, some people torque the specs, some people don't. Hey, do you? Make sure your joint is tight. You should not be able to hand loosen or tighten nothing on your bike. Like nothing. Maybe your oil filter can be, where you can get it off with your hand. But that's about it, bro. Nothing else should be that loose. Nothing. No thing on your bike should be that loose, bro. Okay, guys. We are going way too fast. We are pushing the engineering limits of these bikes way too much for that stuff. Like, time out for that stuff, bro. Because not only can and will you hurt yourself, you will potentially hurt somebody else, bro. It's not, bro. Calm down. Make sure you got it right. I ain't even go cap. I was working on my bike the other day where I was the new tires that came in from Michelin, new sponsored tires from Factory Superbike. Shout out to Factory Superbike. I am loving these Power GP2s. I'm loving them. But a situation came up to where I had issues getting the front wheel off, and I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm taking it to the shop. Getting the front wheel off is the easiest task in the world, but it just wasn't working for me. I said, you know what? I'm done. You know what? I'm done. I put the bike back together just so I can get it to the shop. I wasn't riding it. I put the bike back together so I could tow it to the shop, and I got to the shop. My tuner B called me like, yo, Mungus, man, yo, axle was now. I was like, yo, I was trying to take it off, and I knew I was sending it to you, so I didn't, torque it, tighten it back up. He's like, okay. I was about to say, like, no way you was riding around like that. I was like, nope. But that's the type, that's the type of stuff you want your shop to catch. Like, yo, bro, you good? Like, what you doing? Like, that's the type of stuff you want your shop to catch, okay? And if I'm Dude Mungus, and if you can't figure it out, bro, take it to somebody you trust, okay? Take it to somebody you trust. Man, this video is already getting long, but I'm trying to make sure that we stay safe out here. So please check your bikes. If you're wearing gear, make sure your gear is good. Y'all seen what happened to me last episode. Make sure your gear is good. And the most important thing, bro, and I'm going to say it like this. First of all, it's not worth it. Second of all, bro, make it back home the same way you left your house. All of us, bro. The more people I meet in this community, the more people I talk to, the more I realize we all have something to lose. We all have someone or something we want to go back home to. Guys, dudes, dudettes, it is not worth it. I know we can't prevent everything, and, situations do come up. But the situation that happened was definitely preventable. In the situation, one of my friends got hurt, and I'm just, I'm not like mad at anybody, but I'm mad that my friend got hurt. Like I'm honest. You know, I'm mad my friend got hurt. I'm not happy about my friend getting hurt, and I feel like it could have been avoided. And that's just real, man. I'm just not happy about it. I'm not calling names. You know, y'all know Mungus. I'm not that guy. I don't call names and put people on blast and stuff like that. But it didn't have to happen. If it feels sketchy, it is sketchy. It's not even like if you have to think, should I do this? Like, just don't. Go on the side of error. Go on the side of caution, and just don't. There's so many races, legit, bro. And I'm not making excuses for losses, but there's so many races that I just straight up lose because I was like, let me be safe. It is what it is. I'm gonna still try to make it a good race. And I don't make excuses about it. Be like, Mungus, you lost. Hey, man, you know, it is what it is. I lost. You know, I don't trip, bro. Like, it is not worth it. Because you can get back out the next meet and try it again. And if you didn't get an opportunity to get your run in that you really wanted to get, try it again at the next meet. You know, when the conversations and dealings is going on, jump in the conversation like, yo, I think I got something. All right, let's see what you got. Most of the guys are cool. Like, all right, let's see what you got. But just wait for a safe opportunity. Because, like I said, guys, there's no, it's just crazy to say, bro. Like, you can't really say it's safe, but it really doesn't get any safer than the conditions that we have. It just don't. I mean, I get we don't have the emergency crews out here, and it's not like an official racetrack. But we make sure it is so ridiculously clear, and we eliminate as many obstacles as we can. And that's why when you guys see these pools, you're like, where are y'all? We make sure it is wide open, bro. Wide open. I don't know if we're going. Last thing, and I'm out of here, bro. Don't be holding up traffic either. Like, I get sometimes. Yo, you might hold them up 1-2 seconds. Don't hold them up, bro. Cause you gonna get one time called on us, bro. There's a lot of times we will be wanting to stage a race, and it's almost the perfect condition, but traffic is building up. We'll slide to the side. Let traffic go by. That's how you're gonna get the cops called, bro. You weaving in, scaring grandma and grandpa, and you holding up traffic, and don't hold up no 18-wheelers. Now you messing with people money, bro. Like, just don't do it, bro. Just don't. Anyway, dude and dudettes, I've held you guys way too long, but I just want to make sure that we are safe out here. Make it back home the same way you came. It is not worth it. Check your bike. Check your gear. Hey, man, y'all ride safe. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. You know who it is. It's your boy, DudeMungus.